Excitement at the hut this morning here at Warwick Farm for the Trackwork show. It's Everest week. It's arrived and we have all the latest from the trainers ahead of a massive day. Björn, start of a big week for you, and you've got Steffi Magnetica in the Everest, so we'll touch on her. She's had that recent tick-over trial.
Yeah, really happy with her work this morning. Was excellent. It was a nice track this morning, a little bit of rain yesterday, so she recovered very well. Zach rode her first thing, so she got first use of the track, and I couldn't be happier with her. Everything suggests she's going very, very well, and she's a mare that she's tough, she's got a bit of sass about her, and I just think she's going to bring her A game on Saturday. So I think she's going as well as ever. She's won the right race, I guess, going off last year, and looking forward to Saturday.
When she won first up, you'd mentioned that there was still a couple of lengths improvement in her, and you've kept that there for her. Was that with the Everest in mind, or with the Golden Eagle in mind, and the Everest along the way?
Well, I only got paid for second first up. I'll have to double check that. So no, she was very good first up, and I guess that really did put the Everest in as we had to aim there and try and get her right. Of course, the Golden Eagle's a pretty nice race too after the Everest, as long as she comes through well. So it's hard to imagine we're running for this sort of money, and it's very exciting.
And then you've got Caballas and Overpass there in the Sydney Stakes. They both well?
Yeah, Caballas, no doubt he was probably disappointing in the Manikato, but since then he's come back. He looks great, his work's been good, and he looks fantastic. He's a stunning looking horse, and of course the second of the Derby duos, probably my stalwart over the past few years, Overpass, and he's fresh up. We know he goes super fresh. Josh rode him this morning, his work was really, really good, and I think he looks as good as ever, so I think he's ready to run a really, really big race first up.
Will we see Allegron in the St Ledger out of the Metrop?
Yeah, we will do indeed, and I thought he was excellent in the Metrop. He just never had clear air. He got an impeded run in the straight a number of times, and his work since has been very, very good. He's a horse that does stay all day, so I think the 2600 with a smaller field probably just takes luck out of it. I think he'll be very, very competitive, and hopefully onto the Melbourne Cup after this. And you go into the Melbourne Cup, the sort of race like the Everest, you're never confident, but I'm confident he'll stay 2 miles, which is a huge, huge advantage.
Annabelle, huge week for you. Sunshine in Paris has had her final gallop this morning.
Yeah, she has, and she worked really well. We had a bit of rain overnight, which is quite nice. The track's soft, which is a nice surface to do your last bit of work on. But yeah, she worked with Lady Laguna. Tommy Berry came out and had a sit on her, and yeah, she's finally shed that woolly coat as well. So she looks great going into Saturday.
So Tommy, as he was heading back through the tunnel, he had a big smile on his face.
Yeah, hopefully it still has a big smile on his face on Saturday night. But yeah, she's had a really smooth, sort of faultless campaign. Obviously only had the one run, which was always the plan, so we've just kept her nice and fresh. She didn't leave the stable at all. We should have kept the work up to her, and she had that trial. But just within herself, she feels like she's really coming to, and the timing feels right for Saturday.
Obviously, huge day for you. You do have a couple of others. We touched on Lady Laguna there, but also you've got Ostraka and Port Lockroy, either in the Silver Eagle for Ostraka or the Sydney Stakes.
Yeah, probably haven't decided yet whether we accept him both with Ostraka or whether we just go to the Silver Eagle. But yeah, he's in great order. Obviously, had coming off the back of a hat-trick, so hopefully he can keep going. He's a horse that we're not sure whether he's a Golden Eagle horse yet, just distance-wise, he's a winner over 1400. We're not sure whether 15 sees him out or not, but I think the 1300 probably gives us an indication of which way we then head. But it's a great prize money race. The horse is going well, and Blake Shin actually rides because Jason's on Gary's filly, so Blake reunites with him again after riding him up in Brisbane, and hopefully we can get a nice draw because the noms look strong, but yeah, he's going there really well, as is Port Lockroy. He worked very well this morning and obviously ran really well just behind Ostraka a couple of weeks ago.
Kieran, you've got 3 in the Everest, so really busy week for you. We'll touch on Bella Nipotina first.
She's been super. I think she's in career best form, and a little bit of rain around this week she certainly enjoys as well. Bounced through her last run. Her 2 runs, she's just been ripping through the line, and yeah, I think she's ready to peak Saturday.
She's gone back to Bong Bong as well, and you've got the hyperbaric chamber up and running. I was having a chat to Gab about that. It's incredible facilities there.
Yeah, it is. And she's been in the water walk of the spa. She did a little piece of work up the hill. She's doing a little piece of work today. She it's only a 2-week turnaround, so most of it's just recovery stuff. But she's a happy, healthy horse.
IME, sort of the overlooked one of the three, but she's right on track.
Yeah, she is. She's nothing wrong this prep at all, and she's actually beaten Bella every time they've raced. So she likes a firm deck, so she'll be hoping the sun comes out. But very well, she's in career best form as well, and everything's gone pretty well to plan for her. She had a strong gallop yesterday and seems to have pulled up well.
And Growing Empire and Southport Tycoon, who just came out and worked together, they've both travelled up from Melbourne well?
Yeah, both travelled up really well, and Growing Empire, they both galloped late last week. Really sharp work. They've both been here before, had preparations here, so they've settled back into the routine really well, and yeah, he's a pretty exciting colt, Growing Empire. He just, every time we go to the race, he seems to get a little bit better, and yeah, he's fit and well and ready to go. And Kieran McAvoy jumped on him, and he liked what he felt. And Southport Tycoon, he's in very good order as well. I think he'll improve off what he did the other day.
Just touching on Growing Empire, Gab mentioned as well that he's a horse that just loves his work, just relishes it.
Pretty genuine, very genuine colt. Beautiful action, very clean-winded, and yeah, he's pretty exciting.
And it could be absolute scenes there on Saturday should you win the Everest, and then Pride of Jenni as well. We might have King Charles. How is Pride of Jenni?
I was speaking to John Warren last night actually, and he was saying it was going to be pretty tight, but he may make an appearance. Yeah, Jenni worked on Monday, yesterday at Cranbourne. I think she's usually a pretty easy read, and she worked well. She was pulling deck out of the saddle, which is a good sign. Yeah, I think everything's pretty right. I think she still has come on a little bit in the coat from her last run, and we seen the form out of her race last Saturday. It was all pretty impressive, with attrition and Antino, so everything seems to be on track there.
Dave, you got rocking by this weekend. We last saw him when he ran in at Warwick Star in August. He's had 2 trials, a little fresh and since.
Yeah, we took him down to Melbourne, give him a try down the straight, a bit fresh on the day, and probably put himself a bit on pace and probably didn't really suit him. But saying that, he come through the race well. We give him a bit of a let up and aim up for this Sydney Stakes. He's obviously, it's a strong race. He has won it once before, but the conditions are slowly falling in his favour. He likes his wet tracks, and it should be good speed and a good sized field, and be a strong field at that. So look forward to the weekend.
We did get quite a bit of rain yesterday, and more predicted on Friday, so that'll play right into his favour. He's a horse that can always run a bottler at any old odds. Yeah,
that's right. So, when he won the Sydney Stakes a couple of years ago, he was big odds that day, so hopefully he can replicate that performance. But this bit of rain around sort of helps our chances.
Anyone else we should be looking out for from the team this week?
I've got a few trialling today and a few trialling Friday that are probably going to be horses worth watching going through the summer. But pretty quiet for me at this time of year, but a lot coming up over the next few months.
Gaz, NCAP, I bang on about him all the time, but he was super on the weekend. Has he come through? Actually, I know how he's come through because I just saw him in the tunnel and he was absolutely going for it.
Yeah, he went for a trot in Canada this morning, and Nick Hyde, who rides him every day, said he's pulled up enormous, and you saw him heading through the tunnel, I'd say, and he probably had his tail over his back. He's feeling well, but really good run. He just hit that flat spot come the corner, and it's funny, I think Jason's worked that out. He gets him through there, and I'm not saying it was a bad ride at all, but I think Kieran has had the experience now that he takes a bit of winding up. I think if he had his time again, he might have just really had him rattling at that point. He got held up at a stage there, he didn't know left or right, and once he got the inside of the runner in front of him, he really hit the line strongly, and his sectionals late were strong, so he's in a good order heading towards the Golden Eagle now.
We'll look to the Silver Eagle this weekend, and you've got Komochi and Flying Trapeze.
Yeah, look, we're looking forward to both horses there. Flying Trapeze is resuming. He ran third in the Magic Millions 3-year-old last season, and he's come back a lot stronger colt. I think you'll see a much different horse in the birdcage now. He's always looked like a gelding, He's actually a rig, but he's built like a man now, so he's ready to go. Trialled nicely, and we're hoping to squeeze him into the Golden Eagle as well. Kamachi's flying, fourth in the Manikato, and she's come through the run well. They both worked well this morning, and just hoping both horses draw the right gate. It's a very important race this weekend.
Matt, we'll start with Astero you've got there in the Sydney Stakes, second up.
Yeah, look, he's come through his first up run good, and didn't have much luck there really, didn't go to plan. It's a tough race, but there's not much for him here at the moment. It's a better race in a few weeks for him, so we'll most likely go around, but it looks a tough ask for him, but his work's been good. And
then Waltham in the St Ledger, he'll be going into that third up, just working up to it now.
Yeah, look, he was good last run at Rosehill. I thought he was excellent. Didn't have much luck in the straight, probably should have finished closer. Work's been great. He's third up, he's getting fitter, like he's sort of well on his way now, so should see a good performance from him up to the 2600 should be ideal.
Colour Sergeant, you're going to throw him into the Big Dance wildcard?
Yeah, look, he's been out of form a bit, to be fair to him, but I've seen a good turnaround in him in the last couple of weeks. So he'll either run there on the Wednesday, but we'll probably accept and have a look and see what the track's like. His work was good today, so he'll probably have a shot at that for sure.
We have to ask you about Way to the Stars, who heads to Caulfield for the Group 2 sprint race.
Yeah, he's in great shape actually. He was sharp this morning, he worked Melbourne Way this morning and looked great, nice and bright. Hope the track stays what it was like last week. Be perfect for him, but he's in good shape, yeah, he should run very well.
And it's something that you've been doing a lot more of, travelling horses, whether it be up the highway or down the highway, finding the right target race for them.
Always happy to travel the horses if we can find the right races. You know, Way to the Stars really needs probably 1,000 metres, and you know, he gets found out a little bit here over a bit further, so it's an ideal race for him. And he's nice and fit and well, so yeah, should run very well.